The tornado sirens still sounding.
Okay, guys, we're here. Okay, everything's okay.
First responders carrying this person away in a stretcher.
It was hitting the house so hard. I have no idea. I sat up on the side of the bed. I had just got back in the bed from taking my daughter to work. And I'm like, what in the world? I mean, it was like, whoa, whoa. I said, ooh, is that the wind?
Right now I'm standing in a corner. I see you from across the room.
Hey y'all, looking rough. Just got back home from taking my daughter to work. It's storming here. Hope you guys are being safe. It's a lot of wind out here. They're calling for storms, and these trees are crazy blowing out here, and the wind is hitting the house so hard that I decided to come out here and just check on my greenhouse to see if it's still good. I have wood up to it. I'm gonna show you. I actually zipped it back down. I left it up all night. Hopefully it doesn't blow this thing down. I don't have any of my starts in the cups out here though. I took those out just in case, and I don't think the buckets are gonna go anyway, so anywhere rather. So let me show you. So see that? I'm gonna go ahead and feed the chickens while I'm out here before it starts back raining. But y'all, it looked bad. The clouds, I mean, they look bad out here. I'm praying for y'all. If you're having storms, look at how that cloud's moving. I mean, the weather, I don't have a jacket on. It's a little cool, but it's warm at the same time. So I think, yeah, this storm is bad. It started in the middle of the night with the thunder and the lightning, and the rain hitting the house so hard. My husband did not make it home last night. He stopped in Columbia, South Carolina, and he stayed at his mom's house because he's gonna go to the Veterans Hospital because he's not been feeling well. He's been having some issues, and he's gonna go there and get checked out before he comes home. But yeah, this is what so I'm praying that he's okay with that. He hadn't gone yet, so it looks like it'll be okay, but you know, I'm trying to push on it. But these logs down here, I think we'll have it be okay. Dear, I sat up on the side of the bed. I had just got back in the bed from taking my daughter to work, and I'm like, what in the world? I mean, it was like, whoa, whoa. I said, ooh, is that the wind? Because it wasn't blowing that hard when I was out there. But, well, let me show you why I came down here, because I wanted to make sure it was okay. This is, you know, when you have a garden, you have a homestead, you know, animals and stuff, you got to come out in this kind of weather. You got to check on them, make sure they're okay. Because I know when it rains, this little area here gets saturated. I already see it's water right up in here. There's no water in here. No standing water, rather. So I'm going to go ahead and grab them some food and get them situated. And I'm going back in the house. I'm going to do a walk around, look at that ditch over there, because that water flow be strong sometimes, but it ain't raining right this minute, so it should be okay. Although Miss Meanie right there, the boss lady Betty, Because when I first got these chickens, me and my daughter was trying to think of a name for them, but we named them before they got real big, and then we couldn't figure out which one was which. And so we just looked at their personality. We didn't name all of them. We only named 2. One was Betty and one was Wilma, because my favorite cartoon was the Flintstones. And so the little meanie, she, I call her Wilma. I can't remember. Betty is one of these 2 right here, but I can't remember which one it is. They act the same. Oh yeah. Also, I have to let a little bit of water out of this pool. The ground is already saturated. I got on my good old boots here. When Hurricane Helene came through, we wasn't expecting any of the stuff that we got here in this part of the mountains, for real. We was not expecting it. That water not only came in through this right here. Let me show you in a minute. It also came in, rushed down my driveway, obviously, because my whole garage, my husband's garage, had at least 2-3 inches of water in it. Well, more than that, because the water entered into the house and had to go over the lip of the step to go into the house from the garage. So therefore it was more than 4 inches of water for it to get into my emergency food pantry room. Good thing I had things in the 5-gallon container. And also into my son's room. It can get bad real fast when you least expect it. So the better you can get prepared, rather, the better you are. Don't mean you're not going to have some damage, because you can be prepared for things, but things are going to happen regardless. So having certain things in your house, like a wet vac where you can kind of suck some of the water out, a big shop mop, broom rather, you wouldn't think that would be important, but it was, because I was pushing the water out of the garage, and then I used the shop vac for the rest of it. So yeah, those simple stuff we don't think to maybe get, but let me show you where the water also enters this property. See this drain pipe here, I can't remember what you call it, culvert. This culvert here runs underneath the road. This is a road right here. Runs underneath the road. So it's capturing water from the opposite side of the road, of the property over there, and then it's running straight on down this way right here, straight through my neighbor's yard here, and then straight past this little white area, and then right there underneath the shed. I just want to take a little bit out. That's enough. The ground is already saturated. I got on my good old boots here, keep my feet dry. Okay, y'all, so I'm back in the house, and I'm gonna give y'all an update what's going on with the tornadoes, since we were talking about bad weather and trying to be as prepared for it as we possibly can. This was not the video I planned for this morning. Actually, I didn't plan a video at all this morning, so good morning to you if you were just entering. So it says tornado outbreak, 40 tornadoes, 34 are now dead in cross-country storm system. Let's get into it. Last night it wasn't that much, so now it is, and I have like a little video I'm gonna put in here as well. Okay, I am back. I had to put just a little bit of foundation on, y'all. I was like, ooh, I'm looking so raggedy right now. But I just want to get you this news. So millions of Americans across the country are on alert for a severe weather outbreak as violent long-track tornadoes are damaging property because of damaging winds of up to 80 miles per hour, and large hail are expected across the Midwest and South, with the cross-country storm moving east. Y'all, please, please, please stay as safe as possible. If you don't have to go out in this weather, do not go out in this weather. But if you do have animals, whether it's your pets or whatever, check on them and make sure that they are okay. The same storm system delivered raging winds to the Plains states earlier, leading to wildfires and severe dust storms that left more than a dozen people dead in Kansas, Texas, and Oklahoma. I am definitely sending my prayers out to those people. Overall, at least 34 deaths have been recorded from this cross-country storm system. Let me take a moment and say a happy birthday to my first husband, who was deceased. My oldest daughter's father died very, very young. So y'all love on the ones that you need to love on. You know what I'm saying? Don't give your energy to the people who aren't there for you. Give it to the people who are there for you and who care for you. So they say more than 250,000 are without power in 8 states. Customers were without power across 6 states earlier on Sunday, according to Power Outage .us, and you can go there to keep up with it, a site that tracks the energy providers. About 70,000 customers were without power in Georgia, followed by about 63,000 in Missouri. Another 42,000 were without power in Tennessee, followed by about 37,000 in North Carolina, about 36,000 in Alabama, and about 10,000 in Mississippi. So if you have solar power stations like I do, definitely checking them and making sure that they are at their 100% capacity before the power goes out. We don't know if the power is going to go. I hope it doesn't go out here, but if it does go out here, hopefully it's not out for long. But if it is out for even 12 hours, I can at least use one of my power stations because it's strong enough to actually power my refrigerator that's in my garage. I typically, if the power go out like it did with Hurricane Helene, it was out so long, I put everything from the refrigerator in the house to the refrigerator outside because that one's a little bigger, and I powered it with that, and that saved my food there. And when it came to my 2 freezers, if you're not opening your freezer up over and over and over again, it'll be fine. Your freezer will be fine for a while. So remember that if your power goes out, to let everybody in your house know, don't go in and out of the refrigerator, because even if you don't have a way to power that, you can still keep your refrigerator cool enough, at least for some hours before your food starts going bad. And on yesterday, Saturday, they're saying that at least 6 people died in tornadoes in Mississippi. And another 3 people are missing and 29 people were injured. So they're asking for prayers for the loss of life, for the families that are left behind to mourn those who lost their lives yesterday and today. There were 3 of the deaths that took place were actually juveniles, were in Tylertown, not far from the Louisiana state line, according to Tylertown police chief. The governor signed a state of emergency declaration that he said will allow the state to further mobilize state resources. Overall, 21 counties sustained storm damage, and about 16,000 are without power. And I was about to watch a video of a content creator where they live in Mississippi, and a power line was blown down and it started a fire, a brush fire that I haven't even watched the full video, so I don't know what happened, but it was very close to their parent house. Also on yesterday in Missouri, they're saying that the same held true on Baker Street in Tiny Villa Ridge, Missouri, about 40 miles west of St. Louis, when the deadly storm system rumbled over the bi-state area. And when I say rumbled, I mean, that's how it was this morning. I was like, what is going on? It sounded like a train. And I know they always say that if a tornado's coming, it sound like a train. So I thought we was about to get a tornado. I didn't go rushing right out that door. I had to make sure before I went out that door. But definitely, if you have animals, you want to check on your animals after it's safe for you to do so, okay? I'm always getting sidetracked. So when the deadly storm system rumbled over the bi-state area, the tiny hamlet of about 3,000 people was hit hard. A reported tornado cut through more than a dozen homes, leveling the second floor of each, while entirely sparing homes on either side. Its brutal tear through in that area. Entire walls blown off, offering an unexpected glimpse into people's bedrooms. A TV hung on a wall above some family pictures, bottles of cologne somehow still standing on the armoire where everything else was, blown down. A child's bedroom, books still on the shelves, but with no ceiling or walls around it. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. Luckily, this town had no deaths. Neighbors said everyone walked away with moderate injuries at the worst. That they know it's a close-knit area. And by Saturday, people were already out with bobcats and chainsaws clearing away massive trees and branches littering the area. While we are facing all of these storms that are coming through, we need to also understand that there's a lot of budget cuts and layoffs that have taken place, and there are going to be limited people and limited funds. So we're just getting started with this season. Y'all, we got to pray, plan, and prep and help each other. Honestly, is what it's going to come down to, is us helping each other, because waiting for someone to come in and help may take a little or a lot longer to not at all.
Major tornado outbreak across the South. More than 24 people killed and the death toll climbing. An especially dangerous situation right now. Multiple tornadoes in Mississippi and a tornado watch issued for much of that state and parts of Louisiana and Alabama. The tornadoes leaving a trail of destruction with homes and businesses flattened as emergency crews race to rescue the injured. Dramatic video capturing the moment the tornado hit Tylertown, Mississippi. People seen running for safety. And this drone video showing the scope of the destruction across Missouri. One witness saying it looks like a bomb exploded. The same system triggering a state of emergency in Oklahoma. Gusty winds fueling more than 130 wildfires statewide. In the Midwest and the South, at least 30 twisters reported across 6 states. We have team coverage tonight. Let's get right to ABC's chief meteorologist, Ginger Z, in Birmingham, Alabama. And Ginger, the threat is far from over.
Not even close to over. We've got a tornado warned storm about 30 miles to our north, and then they line up behind that all the way to the south and west. One of them, just north of Tuscaloosa, that's a particularly dangerous situation tornado warning, meaning they've already seen a debris ball on that thing. So all of the red boxes you see are current warnings. Warning means it's imminent. You got to get inside. You have to be in shelter. And many of these places, you have to be in shelter to survive. That's why we've had that PDS, particularly dangerous situation tornado watch, in the area circled in red for much of the day, and it'll go till 8 p.m. But you see the new watches up. Those are the regular tornado watches for parts of northwestern Georgia and now into Chattanooga, Tennessee. Because tonight we're going to keep this rain and the thunderstorms with some 70 to 80 mile per hour gusts, along with damaging winds moving to the east. And so you see those from Montgomery there at 10 p.m. up to Chattanooga. Atlanta getting it, say, between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. So this is a long night ahead. Tomorrow we'll have damaging winds from Washington, D.C. to Jacksonville, Florida. But this is something we'll be watching the next few hours, because this storm has already showed us what it can do. Tonight, the rare high risk and alert issued for violent long-track tornadoes in the Deep South. Mississippi and Alabama in the bullseye. A tornado emergency declared just west of Hattiesburg.
This is probably at least an EF3 tornado. It could be an EF4. We're picking up winds well up over 100 miles per hour.
Homes and other buildings ripped apart, trees splintered into toothpicks, stripped of their branches. More than 30 tornadoes reported across 6 states. North of Jackson, Mississippi, a race to reach the injured after a twister tore through the community of Elliott. The tornado sirens still sounding.
Okay, guys, we're here. Okay, everything's okay.
First responders carrying this person away in a stretcher. People embracing and carrying pets. In central Missouri, a father and son caught in a twister at a Raleigh gas station.
Look at all that debris. Oh my God. We are in a tornado.
Daylight revealing the roof peeled from this shopping center. And west of St. Louis, truck driver Rich Crow telling our Matt Rivers he'd pulled over for the night to wait out the storm, and a tornado hit.
Everything went black. I turned on my headlights and my brights. And right after I did that, something hit the side of the truck, just flipped it over and blew up.
And you were inside?
Yeah.
A fellow trucker coming to help him before first responders arrived.
Some of the buildings hit just a total loss. The windows in that Burger King, they're blown out. And look at what's left of this convenience store. The roof entirely torn off, shattered glass everywhere. And this is just a sample of some of the destruction we've seen.
All part of a major cross-country storm that has already claimed at least 28 lives. As the center of the storm scraped across the plains, a tight pressure gradient producing wild, widespread winds, fanning the flames of more than 130 wildfires breaking out in Oklahoma alone, burning more than 265 square miles, destroying nearly 300 structures. West of Tulsa, Manford Police Chief Jerry Ridley showing our affiliate KTUL.
This has been one of our really hard-hit areas here, and then the addition back behind it.
So these are homes that are on fire?
Yes. We've lost several houses.
Those winds also fueling blinding dust storms in the Texas Panhandle. We should see the worst of the storms pass through here in Birmingham in the next 2-3 hours, about sunset. And then after sunset, we know how dangerous storms can be as they cruise east. Anybody from Lexington down to Tallahassee, please have 2 ways of getting these warnings that will wake you from a dead sleep so you can stay safe.
We know you and the team will be tracking it for days to come. Ginger.
If you do not have a weather radio, guys, please get a weather radio. But remember, it does not work or help you if you don't have it plugged in. Because the other day I told y'all that I had to plug mine back in because I had my printer right here plugged in and I unplugged this. Forgot to plug this back up. And when I got off that live, well, that was on my other channel, still forgot to plug it back up. I'm just plugging it up. You want to make sure you have a weather radio. So right here in this closet, right here, I should have turned some light on, but I have my OUTAGES here. I have another one underneath it here. And then I have one in here, that's my smaller one. You want to have something where you can, you know, keep your phone charged if you can't get outside to your car to charge your phone. But the big one that's on the floor down there, that's the one that definitely can charge my refrigerator. And if I turn it on, I'm at 100%. I try to keep them charged. You want to make sure you have a way to have some lights. I use this when I take Gracie outside at night because it is super bright. Of course, I have other items as well that we have in the home for emergencies. Definitely get in the comments, leave your tips and leave your ideas of how you prepare for these storms out here that's just starting to pick up. You guys, they're here. They're not going anywhere. And I pray we all get through it, you know, just a little bit better because we have been taking tips and ideas from others. And giving tips and ideas. Don't just take. Make sure you're giving tips and ideas. Also, get down in the comments and do that. Y'all take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Right now I'm standing in a corner. I see you from across the room. It's kinda crowded here, but I know you see me too. Everybody's singing, oh, everybody's singing, oh. I don't know what it is about you. It must be in the way you move. Just say you want me to. We got nothing to lose. You're looking so old. You're looking so old. Now I'm moving closer to you, and it's getting dark in this room. Tell me what you wanna do. Baby, let me love you.